Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Chris.
I'm Joe.
And we're here with a top 10 best Pokemon list from Generation 1.
We got ours, but word on the street is that someone's been questioning our
top
choices.
10 ability?
Yeah, our top 10, and I hear he's a pretty loquacious person from across the pond over in London over there. I think his name's CaffCast.
I mean, you guys think you're the bee's knees, right? You've got your top 10 laid down. You've got it. I mean, you've like written it down. And it's like you're gonna frame it. You're gonna put it on the wall. No, I'm not having it. I've got my own top 10. We're gonna battle them out right now for the ultimate in top 10 glory.
Okay.
You want to challenge me for because I think my top 10 smashes your top 10 completely. So what we'll see because I mean I'm a Gen 1 Pokemon guy myself, and you guys seem to be as well. So I think we need to have this fight.
So those are some pretty strong words. So we're going to battle this out. So what we're going to do, compare our numbers back and forth and see which Pokemon deserves that spot?
Yeah, so like essentially I think that we can almost have a Pokemon battle for each of the spots, 10, 9, 8, and etc, etc. And then we have like a final definitive list as decided by CaffCast ChrisCrossMedia. Try saying that 10 times fast.
CaffCast ChrisCrossMedia. CaffCast ChrisCrossMedia.
You fell into his trap. He wanted you to do that. He's playing mind games. That's what they do.
All right. Well, we will just start off with our list then. Ready?
Oh yeah.
Do it.
All right. Our number 10 has to go to a classic Pokemon. One of my favorites, actually. Very mysterious Cubone.
Cubone Bone, the one who wears the skull of its mother. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. How are you gonna fight a sadistic creature that wears the skeleton of its own parent?
So if you're into that, that's fine. You're more than welcome to have Pokemon that like to wear skulls of relatives. That's cool. Protecting its own head, it makes sense.
Right.
But there's one word that I have to throw back to you. I mean, Brock would be proud of me here. I'm thinking Geodude.
Geodude.
Geodude. Because he's just like in all of the animes, he comes out swinging, but he doesn't move his arms. He just just like comes out of the Pokeball.
It's a rock with biceps, though.
Exactly.
There's no backstory.
He's been deadlifting. He's specifically Brock's Geodude has spent a long time in the gym, just like dead weights and just really getting those muscles up, but just doesn't ever move. Just Geodude, just like flying forward, Geodude.
How'd you steal Brock's Geodude?
So who would win in a fight between the two? Like, what is Cubone's type? Is it a ground?
I think they're both.
They're both ground.
Ground, yeah.
Okay, but what's stronger, bone or rock?
Well,
that's the thing.
My bones are stronger than rock.
I mean, if you got hit over the head by a big rock, would you think your bones would survive?
Not really. Okay, so
I think he's got us.
Does he have us?
I think round 1 goes to him. I'm thinking.
All right, fine. We'll give it to Geodude.
Geodude. Specifically Brock's Geodude.
Best Pokemon.
Does Cubone sound like that? Cubone Bone. Is that him?
Cubone.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, that should be something else. We should try to do the Pokemon noises. Yeah.
And he like balls his eyes out in his episode as well. The one where they find the Cubone, he's like crying his eyes out. So yeah, I think Geodude's the winner. I think I take that one. Just,
real men cry.
Sweeping it.
Let it out.
And wear their mother's skulls.
Yeah, you.
But if it's the mother's skull, then where's the bone that he carries from? Is that like his uncle's
femur?
bone?
Yeah, it's a femur.
His mom's femur.
A good shin bone. Perhaps.
That was her favorite femur. He took it.
That was my favorite femur. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well I'll tell you what then. Yeah, I'll go first for number 9. There's this one Pokemon that is always overlooked in the history of, like, especially in the old school games, Red and Blue. Now that those games are coming back as well, everyone's going to be having this Pokemon in their inventory for years and years, and no respect, no love for it. It's going to be flying around, taking you to all the various cities, and no one even cares. Pidgey, where is the love for Pidgey?
Wait,
Number 9.
Pidgey's flying around? I thought that was the lowest form. Pidgey can't. It doesn't have to be Pidgeot to fly. To learn fly.
No,
what you find is the Pidgey. That's the when you're first rummaging around in the little leaves when you leave the city. You find a Pidgey. Of course you catch it because you need Pokemon on your team. And it gets to stay there because 9 times out of 10, that's the one that you have when you learn how to get the fly TM, or the HM rather.
Listen,
So yeah, I mean,
Pidgey, that evolution cycle is great, right? I love that
Yeah.
Pokemon. I've always had that Pokemon on my team. Why would you choose a Pidgey over a Pidgeotto or a Pidgeot, though? It doesn't make any sense.
well, that's the thing though, because the Pidgey is the one you don't go out into the rustling leaves as a little 10-year-old newbie and find a Pidgeotto. That's not how it works. You find a Pidgey. So that's the one that has to be in the top 9 spot because it's the one that was there from the start with you as you were struggling. Every time you fainted or just tried to walk through your poison, it was always there. It was always hanging out with you, trying to make sure that you were okay.
Sounds
And
pretty bad luck.
What's your number 9 then?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've heard of this Pokemon. It's a little yellow and it has pointy ears, and
Okay.
it's got rosy red cheeks and
Santa Claus.
no, it's you might be shocked when we tell you
Okay.
who our number 9
Okay.
is, but it's Pikachu.
Oh, I thought you were going with a white Marill, but that wouldn't work with it. That's the wrong generation. Okay, Pikachu. Well, I mean, I'll straight up, Pikachu is not on my list.
What?
Straight up, not on my list.
That alone should like we should not question your ability to make these lists. Then
It's like Chris's favorite, like one of
well, Pikachu's Pikachu. I feel like it has to be on a top 10 list at least.
them. Pikachu.
Well, I mean, you guys are starting to convince. The thing about Pikachu, right? When the games first came out in the UK, the anime had only just started. So the whole catching the Pikachu thing wasn't really as big a deal as it is now because it wasn't. The anime wasn't as big as it 6 months after the game came out. It was like, oh my god, everyone has to catch Pikachu. And I remember catching one a long time ago. I wish I still had the game. That was in that first woods that you go through, isn't it? In the first
Viridian
game.
Forest, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Viridian Forest. And he was just hanging out. He was
I know
they're
you.
the really rare ones. They're like a 3% catch rate or something like that.
It's
They were
really
really
hard.
hard to find.
And there's a little stretch of grass where you can only catch them.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're going up
Yeah.
and down. It's right before you you enter Pewter City. So you're going up and down, and
I thought they always
Gosh.
looked weird too in the game. Comparable to the show, the Pikachu that was in the game did not look like it got enough attention on the drawing
that's
board.
true.
And
oh yeah,
That's true.
it looked a
I
little
love
messed
those.
up.
Those old sprites were great.
It looks a little messed up.
Yeah, it looked like it
But
might
I
have
tell
gone
you
the
what,
wrong alley. Had a couple of shots.
Well, I mean, if you look at the sprite, it had a white belly, and the tail was different too. That was actually based off the original artwork.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go. All right,
I'm
so
going to concede number 9. I'm going to concede this to you because
Yeah.
you're bringing back memories of the first Pikachu that I catched or caught rather, and took him to the gym and stuff. Yeah, that's a big deal, especially when you go in to fight Misty for the first time. Pikachu's
Oh,
a big
She's
deal.
a hottie.
she's like 14.
Not anymore.
But she gets
I was
ruined
14
if you have
when I
lightning.
played too,
lightning
so it would
strike.
have been legal. Now she would be our age.
Okay.
Kidding me?
That's true, actually. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah!
back then I was 14 as well when that game first came out. So there you go. Wow.
We were like 8.
Yeah. Well, no, but I
Times.
mean, I was playing until I was 14. Who are you?
I still play the games. I'm
There
24.
you go.
All right.
Well, as I said
number-
before, Red and Blue's coming back out again, so that's gonna be a good thing. I
Oh,
think
it's gonna be great.
number 9, Pidgey. You're gonna forever be unrecognized as a quality Pokemon. I think.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Why don't you go for number 8?
number 8 is a prehistoric Pokemon. One that I think most people forget. I actually mentioned this to Joe when we were compiling our list, and he actually forgot about this creature,
Okay.
Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl
That's
is-
a good choice, actually.
Right?
Yeah, that's.
Thank you. We can all
I can't-
agree. Aerodactyl, I love the simplicity of its design.
Yeah.
I'm a huge dinosaur freak.
It looks like a bummed out Charizard, doesn't it? It looks a bit like as if they took the drawing style for Charizard and then just took the flame off and made it a bit kind of floppier.
Which is cool.
Sounds brutal.
Can you imagine if Aerodactyl was like the prehistoric version of Charizard?
I mean, there's probably some canon out there that might prove that. You know,
Would not surprise me.
it might be out there somewhere. It's a good quality Pokemon. It is, and it's quite a strong Pokemon. It's a good addition to your team. I'm holding some Pokemon cards here, by the way. I wish I had some ones that I could show you, which kind of match the ones that I've got. In fact, I think I might have I've actually got one. Oh, fantastic. That's good. The one that I think is going to top that, though, is a glorious Pokemon that prevented our heroes from going through. I think they were trying to walk through a construction site or something. It was really weird. The evolved form of Diglett, aka 3 scantily clad men in the underground. Doug Trio, hanging out, doing sexual things in the underground. I mean, who can go wrong with 3 weird-looking heads stuck in the ground that can do things like rock smash and dig, obviously, because that's one of the main reasons you have a Doug Trio.
But who would win in a battle, because they'll go underground and Aerodactyl will be airborne, so I have no idea.
Well, if you do dig and fly at the same time, then I think fly goes first, doesn't it? And then you dig underground and fly would miss and then dig would hit, wouldn't it? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played these games. I think Aerodactyl, from like a design standpoint, right? Aerodactyl was good. It's a quality looking Pokemon. Doug Trio is just funny. It's just a really weird looking funny Pokemon.
I'm not gonna lie, Doug Trio, it's a powerful Pokemon. If you're able to catch one in the tunnel, Diglett's Cave, that is a powerful Pokemon to have.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous looking.
Exactly. But I mean, I think that's the difference between the CaffCast and ChrisCrossMedia. I like funny looking Pokemon. I don't like, you'll tell by my list as we go through. I'm all down for the funny looking Pokemon. Mine don't need to look cool or bad. I don't need no Rayquaza on my team. I don't need no goddamn Raichu hanging around with his lightning strikes. I'm cool with weird round shapes in the ground. That's fine by me.
All right.
I think he wins.
What? You just give up?
Well, he not only did he bring up the aesthetic appeal of the Doug Trio, but then he also brought up the order of operations of a fly versus a dig.
That's true.
Because if you are fighting, unless Aerodactyl is airborne at all times, it's kind of boned.
It's true.
But
all right, well, we're gonna give you that.
Well, that's good.
Number 7.
I mean,
so you take.
I want to do number 7 because he's one of my favorites.
Go
number
for it.
7
I've got a good
is
one.
He's a big fella, you know. He doesn't really diet. He doesn't believe in P90X or whatever you're selling. He ain't buying it. He would much rather spend his days a slumber in or around a cave. If you give him
good
food,
place
he'll
to
be
slumber,
happy.
sure.
I think you know where I'm going with this. It's Snorlax. He doesn't care.
This
He's
is-
just a big old lovable goof.
This is interesting because Snorlax is higher up in my list than number 7. So we're gonna see a repeat of Snorlax at some point. Unless if he wins now, I'll think of an alternative for that position.
All right.
But if he doesn't win, he might come back up later on. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's awesome. I love those massive Snorlax beanbags that you can get online.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're buying one.
Yeah,
They're
you just
amazing.
Google it, Snorlax beanbag. It's incredible. They are amazing. The thing about Snorlax is it's a bit of an annoying Pokemon because to catch one, to wake one up, you need to get the Poke Flute, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of an effort to actually get it to wake up, and the chance if you actually want to get like a shiny Snorlax, forget about it because you have this one opportunity to like get this one off the bridge, and then once it's done, the next time you're going to see one is in the Pokemon training jungle place or whatever. So, but it is a good Pokemon. I think though the glorious Pokemon of the Moon kind of wins out with its pinkness, with its cuteness.
Very.
With the fact it just carries on moving around going, Clefairy! Clefairy!
Snorlax would smash that little thing. What are you talking about, Clefairy?
That's true. It
He
would
can do
smash
Hyper
the
Beam
hell out
too.
of Clefairy, but Clefairy kind of gather in numbers, and they took out Team Rocket with their Moon Song. It was beautiful, but I mean, we're not talking about Team Rocket right now. We are talking about the pure kind of battle, I guess, of the two Pokemon. And I mean, unless your Snorlax falls asleep, because Moon Song from
I
Clefairy,
love Snorlax.
if you're weak
I'm
to
gonna
sleeping,
just jump in and say I do love Clefairy though.
Snorlax has sufficient HP to take whatever. That was the thing about Snorlax. Even if he falls asleep, he has so much health that if you attack him, if you wake him up, he's just gonna be angry. Like if you don't take him out in like 2 hits, and he comes at you with a hyper beam or just like one of his physical attacks, he can take you out in 1 hit, or at least mine could. Like I had that dude pumped up.
There was a lot of like, in the episodes they talk about how Clefairy's crash landed with a comet.
Yeah,
and they're like the origin of like a lot of Pokemon, which is kind of interesting. And then there's that whole thing about it being the physicality of a Gengar, and Gengar is like its doppelganger.
I think I heard about this on that show, Ancient Aliens. It's not. I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens. They brought us Pokemon. It's a part of their whole.
I guess the point that Chris is making here is that
I don't even know how he looks when he does it. He's like Super Saiyan hair. I don't know. But
I think the point Chris is making is that just because it's a Pokemon that is from that made all the Pokemon doesn't mean it's the most powerful Pokemon. Like you can be the reason that Pokemon exist, and that doesn't mean that you're the best Pokemon in the world. Because I mean, this list
I'm siding with
fossil
here.
One would be there. So it's difficult. I kind of think because I think Snorlax. I think Snorlax wins because Snorlax is badass.
Make me look bad, dude. I'm backing you up in the corner, and then you throw me on the bus.
I know, but I'm switching it up. I'm flipping. I'm flippity flopping and 2 versus 1. So yeah, no, I think Clefairy is cool, and he's like moon Pokemon. You get the Moonstone to evolve him and stuff. It's a cool Pokemon, but Snorlax is just so cool that I think it's difficult to say no to him. So no, I think Snorlax takes that one.
All right. Well, on number 6, this is I think one of the coolest Pokemon in design, the story, the reason why they created the Pokemon to begin with. Very, very hard to get in the game, but once you do, you are pretty much rocking it. Gyarados.
Gyarados, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, you find a red Gyarados in game when the first sort of like color-based games came out. It's the Pokemon that Team Rocket's James gets out of a Magikarp when the Magikarp gets neglected and it evolves. It's a quality Pokemon, but I think you're going to struggle because my number 6 is Eevee. The Pokemon that can become so many Pokemon now. But if we're talking about Gen 1, we're talking about Vaporeon, Flareon,
we gotta pick
and
one.
Jolteon.
She can't do all of them in a battle.
No, I'm picking Eevee. I'm picking the starter because, as you guys might remember, the story from the anime about Eevee was that everybody is always forcibly evolving their Eevees to be specific with their stones. They use the Thunderstone or the Water Stone or whatever to make them specific. And this one kid just wanted his Eevee to be Eevee, which I agree with that. It's a great Pokemon, and I think almost the fact that you find this Pokemon and you're like, right, I could do all these different things with it. No, not at all. I'm going to keep my Eevee as Eevee, and I'm sure that I can train it up well enough to be able to ruin your Gyarados, no problem at all.
Can you say that with a straight face, or?
I mean, it is different. You've thrown a really like you're really into your like Tonkadonk Pokemon, aren't you? Like you're
I'm trying to think what attacks
all these massive ones.
Tackle.
Gyarados.
Yeah,
is
what
cool.
does Eevee have? The
Gyarados
tackle.
is really
does
cool.
she?
Yeah, like quick attack. You know, maybe.
I guess
I can't even remember what moves he had.
Yeah,
no, yeah. I think you guys might have this one as well. Oh
Gyarados is a dragon type, isn't he?
What's happening here?
Dragon Rage.
Hyper Beam, Dragon Rage.
I'm getting defeated.
Rage,
No, yeah, you take it. Gyarados is this is ridiculous. How am I losing so badly? I can't believe this. Okay.
Okay, let's be honest. Eevee is a great Pokemon, and
especially
I love Jolteon.
Yeah,
Jolteon's really cool.
Exactly. But my number 5, which was going to be Snorlax, has been changed.
It evolved?
It evolved into Snorlax Gyarados. No, it's changed into something a little bit different. Now, again, you know what those kind of Pokemon that you get from when you first start playing the game and are often neglected. You find Pidgey, fantastic. Pikachu, oh wow, I found a Pikachu.
Rattata.
Weedle, yeah, whatever. Caterpie, they're all cool Pokemon, but there's one out there that just can do so much more. Like quick attack, that other move, Fury Swipes, I think maybe if you're lucky. I don't know. Rattata,
Yep.
The legendary rat-based, always forgotten about, but always like every person who played a Pokemon game met Rattata, killed probably 200 of them, maybe kept one of them, which makes it like a very common just like a Pokemon for everyone. It's not one for the elites. It's not one for the legendary four. It's just a quality grassroots type Pokemon.
All right. Well, I mean,
Funny you should say grassroots.
yeah. Another one you get pretty early on. I would say, possibly your first Pokemon that you would ever get. It's a loyal Pokemon. In the anime, this is almost like the fatherly figure of the team.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it Ash's bike?
Bulbasaur your way.
Well, that's an interesting choice because again, Bulbasaur is much higher in my list than number 5. Who puts Bulbasaur in at number 5?
When you
that
see what
Pokemon...
our 4, 3, 2, 1s are, I mean, it's kind of,
It's about to get OP in here.
I disagree. I think that Rattata, like, how many times were you knocked out by Rattatas? Like, a few, right? They're difficult Pokemon. Especially if you've been, like, poisoned by a Weedle, you're struggling to get through the forest, you're running through the grass hoping to find a Pikachu, all of a sudden, bam, there's a Rattata in your face and he's going to ruin you, he's going to mess you up, you get taken out, you faint, you go back to the city and you got to start all over again. It's like one of those Pokemon that's always going to be there for you, but at the same time, everybody watching this knows that they've had to deal with a Rattata at some point in their lives, and it's been either fun or hard, but either way, you've had a good time because it's Pokemon, it's Rattata.
I think he wins this one just because we've taken 2 of his top 10 so far, and if I were in the Poke world and I saw a Rattata, I would be afraid of catching a disease because it is a rat.
Have you seen the teeth in those things?
Yeah, it'd bite your finger off like a beaver.
I will say this, that if we're being honest, I love Bulbasaur, but there's probably, in the world of children, in their games when they first got it, everyone picked either a Charmander or a Squirtle, and that little Bulbasaur is sitting somewhere on that desk waiting for a trainer.
Yeah.
And I'm not discrediting people who chose Bulbasaur, but I would say most of the kids that picked Pokemon were the other ones.
See, therein lies a problem because by saying that you're discrediting me and my choice.
Well, let's
my
go to number
Bulbasaur
4 then,
choice.
because number 4 is another one that, like Snorlax, is near and dear to me. I'm whipping out another Dragon type on you, bro, with some Dragonite.
Dragonite, okay.
The OG fatty evolution from Figment. And he's a BA, man. He's ready to do business. He's ready to snap next cash
that's
checks.
a good quality Pokemon. Nothing wrong with a bit of Dragonite, but I think the challenge is that whenever you're faced with a Pokemon who can sing can sing everybody to sleep and can enter karaoke competitions and send whole cities to sleep so you can go and steal some TVs or whatever it is that you do when everyone falls asleep, then it's going to be it's always going to be hard to fight. And Jigglypuff just floors the world with his or her beautiful Jigglypuff. It's just it's the most. It brings a tear to my eye every time. I mean, there's plenty of songs in the world, but the Jigglypuff song, there's just something about it that, to this day, that's going to be in your head for the next couple of hours. I guarantee you.
I like how your Jigglypuff is the really good one that can put a whole city to sleep, and not the really bad one that's in Super Smash Brothers that never gets anything to fall
Jigglypuff! Yeah, exactly. That's a good quality. And that's a good point, actually. It's one of the Pokemon that got onto Smash as well. So, it's got to be doing something right.
That's so good. It's a character that was good enough to be on Smash Brothers.
And not good enough. It was bad enough to be in Smash Bros. They want a comic relief.
Is Dragonite a player?
No, because he can defeat everything in one hit. Same with Snorlax. They're like, oh, we can't put Snorlax because
Mewtwo's in the game. You're saying that Dragonite's better than Mewtwo?
Yeah.
No, he's not. let's be honest. No, he's
not. Mewtwo just got a movie, so everyone's like Star, whatever that's called, Star.
Yeah, Mewtwo's also. Yeah, well.
All right.
Okay.
I think Dragonite wins.
No. I'm giving it to Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is a much more recognizable character.
Woo! Yeah! That's it. 2 versus 1, my friend.
I'm not going to fight about it. We got to go to number 3, so he gets number 3.
All right. Well, one of I think the coolest Pokemon in the fandom, all generations, mysterious. It's dark. How to get one in the game is very difficult. Gengar.
That's a good choice. I'll show everybody my Gengar badge whilst I'm here because I just happen to have quite a lot of Pokemon stuff around me right now. Good choice.
Design is
good
cool.
choice. It's a quality Pokemon. It haunts the hell out of people just for fun. It loves just kind of like messing with people and ruining along with its haunter and ghastly friends out there. I have T-shirts that are a mashup of Luigi's Mansion and Haunter, Gengar, and Ghastly. They're fantastic. The problem is that there is a point in the games where you have to make a choice. I think it's the only other time where you have to make a choice between 2 type of Pokemon, apart from the fossil. Or is it the fossil? I can't quite remember. So don't worry, it's fine. Just imagine that the point stands true. You have to. First thing you have to do is get whether a Charmander. Get a Bulbasaur, you have to get a Squirtle, right? Okay, fine. Then, you have to make the choice, the ultimate choice, between Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. And who do you pick? You pick Hitmonlee because kicking is awesome, right?
I thought he was going to say you pick Hitmonchan.
No, not at all. Hitmonlee for number 3, the legendary Pokemon that at that point in the game, when you get that Pokemon, can kick so hard. It for the next route is no problem at all because you could just ruin people with that Pokemon. It's amazing.
That's another Pokemon that made its way onto Smash Bros too. When you throw
there you
the Pokeball,
go. It's another one that's just so quality that Nintendo were like, this Pokemon needs to be in more than one games, guys.
However, if you're going to compare the two, and you're going to go more mainstream, right? Gengar is a much more popular, recognized character.
Here's the thing about Gengar. It's a hard Pokemon to hit because it's a goddamn ghost.
That's what I was thinking too. It'd be hard for Hitmonlee to hit it.
Yeah, you're kind of... Luckily enough for you, I think you win this one because you completely negate my ability to take out that Pokemon because Hitmonlee's kicks are not going to be able to attack you at all. You're going to win. You're going to get into a point where Hitmonlee becomes frightened, and then it's really difficult to do anything at all. Anyway, I become paralyzed, and I die in a hole, and the world ends. So yeah, I think I concede that Ghastly
I
takes
die in
point
a
number
hole.
3.
Yeah. All right, what's your number 2 then? Let's hear it.
So, number two is one of those Pokemon that has to make it to everybody's list.
Ooh, okay.
It's not number 1. It's not my favorite Pokemon of all time, but it's up there. I mean, it's a quality Pokemon that you there's only a few talking Pokemon out there, right? And it's always there's always a special bond with those kind of Pokemon because they're ones that you can actually talk to. Meowth's great. I mean, Meowth's cool, but the chances of you actually catching a Meowth that can talk, there's only one that we know of. The rest of them can't talk. They're just stupid cats that go around going Meowth, and that's pretty much it. Mewtwo, however, is this telepathic, wants to run its own laboratory, has this evil, agenda against its counter-protege thing.
Caff. I'm going to stop you right there. Number 2 on our list is Mewtwo.
Well, I mean, then we don't even need to have this conversation. We're done.
Mewtwo's awesome,
great.
dude.
That's one of the
Let's
one
be
of the best
honest.
Pokemon out
Mewtwo
there.
is freaking awesome.
He's all like, I want to show you how to destroy Mew. Hell yeah, show me how to destroy Mew. I'm all about that. But I don't want Mew. I can't talk to Mew. I want Mewtwo. Mewtwo's cool.
So who wins if we?
It's got an island.
We both win.
Everyone's a winner on this one, I guess.
Mewtwo has appeared in several movies. He had Pokemon the first movie. It was the first movie.
Yep.
Pokemon's Mewtwo Returns.
Yep.
That was like a direct. That wasn't in theaters, but then that was a side thing. He was in Mirage Pokemon. That was a side ups thingy. He was in the series, I think, in 2 or 3 episodes. He just appeared in another movie, Mewtwo vs. Genesect. He has 2 X and Y forms.
There's a couple off the Hinge movies he did too on the side projects, you know. Like.
He did side projects.
He did side projects,
for a while.
Yep.
He was in some sitcoms. I think he was in an episode of Friends as well.
That's all.
He was Rachel's boyfriend.
He's been around,
for like
man.
an episode. That was
He couldn't handle it.
yeah.
It takes a lot to handle the Rachel.
Number 2
I mean, that's
Mewtwo.
it.
Very
Great,
simple.
number 2 sorted. We don't have to fight about that one. That's good news.
All right, now here we are for number 1. This is the greatest Pokemon of all time. You ready?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go first. I'll go first
The
here
greatest
because
Pokemon of all
the
time.
thing is,
it has to be powerful. It has to be something that everyone could like or have a memory of. Something that is well known. Something that in the anime has had a I would say a strong presence.
okay,
Charizard.
a strong presence.
Boom. Boom goes dynamite.
Charizard was one of the most sought out cards back when the
It's
That's
still
so
isn't one of the most
generic,
valuable.
though. Like, I
it
mean,
is.
you may as well just said Pikachu for number 2. You're just. That's like an overgeneral, like, yeah,
But we did it!
Charizard wins, lol.
But
That's
we
like
did it.
saying John Cena wins, lol. That's just like, that's.
The mascot
People already
of
know.
Pokemon Red, he was in the series. Everyone loves Charizard. I mean,
That's
it's just
true.
the
That's
coolest
true.
looking Pokemon.
He's kind of
mean,
a dick. That's why it's
Everybody
funny.
likes
He's
the
so mean.
angry, aggressive Pokemon
Yeah.
that listen to Ash and
Yes.
make him lose all of his dreams. And yeah, that's fine. If that's the route that you want to go on, that's fine. That's fine. People already know that my number 1 is Bulbasaur because I said that he was on my list. Here he is. I've actually got the original Spur Series Pokemon Bulbasaur card from the base set in a PSA sleeve because I had to get it because Bulbasaur's actually my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's the best Pokemon. It's like this hardcore, underestimated like Pokemon that defends like a village of helpless Pokemon that have been left behind by their previous trainers, and they need like respite and a chance to heal themselves. And this Bulbasaur takes it up and decides that he wants to look after them all. It's got a flower
That's nice.
on its back. It's got vines that it can like do bad things with to people.
Bad
like
things.
Bulba Matrix.
Charizard's
50
fine.
Shades
Charizard's
of
great.
Bulba.
Charizard's
Let me tell you
great,
something right now. Okay,
Bulbasaur can
what
easily
would
just
really
push Charizard
damage
in the water.
A grass type
That's it.
Pokemon. I'm just curious. Would it be water? No. Would
Well,
it be
no,
electricity?
because I mean the
I don't
problem
think
is that as soon as you push
fire.
Charizard into the water, then his flame goes out and he dies. So
Yeah, but Bulbasaur doesn't have a water type.
that's a problem, isn't it? That's a problem. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean to be fair, in a fight, obviously Charizard would one-hit Bulbasaur, no problem at all. But would you feel good about it afterwards?
Yeah, I
Would you feel
tonight.
good about killing the Pokemon that tried to defend all the other Pokemon that were left behind?
If you want to really, okay, how many
tears
times
rolling
does
down your
Charizard
cheeks.
actually save the team? Third movie, Charizard was the hero of that film, right?
Yeah,
The one with
okay,
Entei.
okay.
Charizard, once he went to Terrific Valley, became this strong team member and came back to Ash's team. In the first movie, he won off and was very defensive. I don't know, man. Charizard is Charizard.
Yeah, and he is to a lot of people out there. Charizard is Charizard, but to me, I just don't feel that Pokemon. I'm sorry, Bulbasaur for me is always going to be the pick. So it's difficult. I mean, there's 2 of you. There's 1 of me. Number 1 spot is obviously going to go to Charizard if you're in agreement. But
Well, maybe I
if
can
you're
sway
not in
you.
agreement, then there's a Bulbasaur over here that likes number 1.
If I could just, so my whole thing, like if you heard, Snorlax is one of my favorites, Dragonite's one of my favorites, and Charizard's one of my favorites. But if you look at all 3, what they have in common, it's a gut. It's a belly that protrudes, and you just want to get up and you just want to. I've always wanted to like scratch the belly of a Charizard. Like I wanted to lay on a Snorlax's stomach. Dragonite has got that belly that just comes out, and it's just like, hey, come touch me. And Charizard's got it too, and it's just like, I've always looked at it and just thought, I bet he's got just such like a soft stomach, and I just, like a dog, just want to like scratch his stomach.
Wow. I never felt that way.
That's it then.
Okay, I'm just gonna say okay.
If I had a Charizard, man, it'd get so much loving.
let me say this, and I think we can all agree that anybody who is going to make these lists for Generation 1 or whatever generation, they're always going to pick the starter or one of the evolutions.
Yeah, I mean, with our top 10s both have a starter at the number 1 point, which is cool. And I mean, the Charizard, don't get me wrong, is a quality Pokemon. It's just not my Pokemon.
Yeah,
and I think that's what it boils down to.
Anybody who's watching this could agree that whatever their Pokemon is going to be their number 1. So
well, let's throw it out there. Let's throw it out there to the audience who are watching. What's your favorite Pokemon? Do you have a top 10 list that you can share with us in the comments down below? Do you agree with any of our picks, or is there something that you think would beat the 10 that we've chosen? Because I mean, I think we're going to be at a bit of a standoff here. Obviously, in the case of the battle of the lists, Charizard has to be number 1 because, as I said, there's 2 of you, there's 1 of me, so I can't really win the fight. But if anybody wants to back me up here and help me out, Bulbasaur is an awesome Pokemon, right?
Bulbasaur is a great Pokemon, and Bulbasaur was on our list, number 5. So I mean,
I think it deserves better than number 5, though.
Yeah, but it's
I
flammable.
think that's too far down. You know, I had a Rattata at number 5, so you know.
Well, I mean, that is our list. That's our top 10.
Yep.
Thanks again, Caff, for joining us. Where can people find
no
you?
worries.
What are you currently working on?
What am I not working on? I've got Halo 5, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We're working on Fallout 4 Let's Play. You can find me at youtube.com/CaffCast or just Google CaffCast. Pretty much the Twitter and the Facebook and everything, it's all me. So yeah, I'll see you over there, guys.
And check us out. We've been on several multiplayer episodes.
Yeah, we have.
Together.
But if you're not in America,
Yeah,
then
if you're in
good luck.
If
Good
you're
luck.
in America, you can check us out. It's a fun show. We were all together, and we've been in a couple episodes actually. I think with 3 or 4,
Yeah.
right? Together.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's been
Something like
awesome,
that.
and hopefully a couple more as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show.
Thanks again, guys, for watching. Thanks again, Caff, for joining us. I'm
No
Chris.
worries.
And you've just been ChrisCross. Peace out.